Hello members of Kappa Delta Pi, this is John Lennon with another video leading up to Convocation this fall. This video is going to be about my three main pieces of advice to help you prepare for Convocation. Now, I'm just going to jump straight into it this time. My first piece of advice for you is to plan ahead and prepare. And what I really mean by plan ahead and prepare is setting goals. It's very important that as you get ready to go to the conference, that you sit down with your chapter and you set some goals for your chapter. Think about who is going to the conference, what position they hold, what are some issues with your chapter that you would like to alleviate, and maybe even what your chapter's strengths are. That way you'll know what conversations you need to have with different chapters that you meet along the way at Convocation, what sessions to go to, and maybe even questions you have for nationals or any of the representatives that you meet along the way that might be able to give you some advice. I also think that it's important to set personal goals. Remember that you are an educator going to an amazing teaching conference. It's very important that you go for yourself as much as to benefit your chapter. So you really want to think about what you want to take away from this conference that you can include in your future classroom or current classroom if you're an in-service educator. My second piece of advice is kind of the opposite of that, and that is that you need to go in with an open mind and an open heart. If this is your first time at Convocation, you are going to experience a lot, you're going to meet a lot of new people, and you're going to go through a lot of things that you might not be used to yet. And I think going in with too rigid of a plan can make you miss out on some of those things. So my piece of advice is to really go in, connect with as many people as you can, learn more about nationals, learn more about the organization, and experience as much as you possibly can in regards to sessions and different events that go on throughout the conference, and really just meet as many people as you possibly can. Build that network. That is one of the most important things. Be flexible is more or less what I'm trying to say. And then my last piece of advice is more of a challenge than anything. And that is to keep in mind that as you're leaving Convocation, yes, you're going to leave with friends and new ideas and a newfound energy and hopefully a love for Kappa Delta Pi. But when we go back to the real world, a lot of times we get mired down in the everyday problems in a classroom or in college or other things that we're going through. And I think that it's important that you keep that energy and you keep that enthusiasm and that passion that you find at Convocation and take that back to your everyday life. Especially as an educator, that is perhaps the most important piece of advice I can give you. That is all I have this time. As always, you can find my email down below, and you're welcome to email me questions or potential topics. I'm happy to answer those questions, and I will see you next time on these videos. Fire up for Convocation.